I've got some weird hacks around the house you can do using just some regular tools that you can find in your drawers. Let's start with a peach. And now we hate that peach pit that's inside. All you got to do is take some needle nose pliers, stick it in. You're going to pull that pit right out and it's ready to cut up and enjoy. You got that ottoman or couch or anything in your house, piece of furniture that's got dog hair, any kind of dirt or dust. Well, I went down to Dollar Tree and I grabbed myself a toilet bowl cleaner. I'm going to mark it about 6 inches down. And I'm going to grab my jigsaw and cut the handle off. It's easy to do. And then take all those little burrs off. Next I'm going to do is stick it in my drill and I'm going to turn on high speed. What's going to do is it's going to get really deep inside those fibers and it's going to start getting all that dirt off. Normally you want to use a vacuum cleaner, but when those fibers are stuck, you can't get it off and this drill does the job. We've all got those plastic inserts just hanging out in our wall, and they're hard to grab, especially with pliers, and you don't want to damage the wall. Grab a wine cork puller and go ahead and put it right in there, twisting it as you go. It's not going to damage the wall, and once you get a good grip, pull those handles down and watch this. It pops right out, and all you have to do is fill it with some putty.
We all know how a DIY project can take up your whole day, leaving little time to think about what's for dinner. That's where Factor comes in. Fuel your DIY passion with Factor and make mealtime one less project to worry about. Forget the grocery store runs, endless prep, and the fatigue of cooking after a long day. With Factor, you get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. Choose from over 35 meals each week, including keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, and more. And did you know Factor is now owned by HelloFresh, giving you an even wider range of meal plans to fit your lifestyle. I love mixing and matching between the two, and now you can too. Whether you're at home, at work, or in the middle of a project, no more prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Just heat for 2 minutes and savor the good stuff. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code HOMETALK50 to get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month's orders. That's code HOMETALK50 at factor75.com. Get your meals sorted and focus on what you love, your next DIY masterpiece. Now, back to the DIYs.
I know we've all got those doors that are just getting stuck because they're worn out with those keys. What we got to do is grab a pencil, especially one with graphite. Graphite's a natural lubrication and you can put it on there and it's better than WD-40 because this gets inside there. It's a dry lubricant and put it inside back and forth and look at that. It's so much easier and gives a longer life to your doorknob and you don't have to change it out. Next, you hate working under that kitchen sink and you dread it because it's got that horrible sharp edge right underneath the cabinet. Working on there is a pain, especially right in your back. What you can do is take a pool noodle with a serrated knife, cut it to the perfect size you need, and slice it not in half, but just down right to the middle. Open it up with your fingers. What you're going to do is stick it right on the edge of that cabinet. Only have to do it when you're working on it, and it gives it a nice bumper right there. Easy to put your back on, and you don't have to worry about having pains later. Last but not least, let's head down to Dollar Tree and grab us another brush. We're going to cut that handle off. We want a nice round one for this, and X marks the spot right inside the middle. We're going to take a drill and drill it through there. Be careful, your fingers are really close. Once you get it nice cleaned out, you're going to stick a bolt through the bristle side and have it stick out through the back. Then you're going to put a nut or a washer on top there. Now, look at that grout lines. Those are awful. We're going to put our favorite cleaner down there and just put this thing on high speed. Clean it all up and look at that. That's better and it saves you a lot of elbow grease.
Make sure to buy some WD-40 at the store. Stainless steel kitchen appliances get used a lot in our house, and we've got the fingerprints to prove it. Spray WD-40 onto your appliance and wipe down the surface of the stainless steel in the direction of the grain. Sometimes I have a gift I want to give, but I can't get the price sticker off. Spray WD-40 onto the sticker and let it sit for a few minutes to penetrate the adhesive. Then gently peel off the sticker. In my case, the sticker slid right off. Barbecue grills are famous for dirt and grimy buildup. Yuck. Spray WD-40 onto the grill grates and let it sit for a few minutes to loosen the dirt and grime. Scrub with a grill brush or scrubbing pad and then wipe down with a cloth. You can even clean the outside of the grill. It's time to bring out the spring outdoor pots, but plastic planters can look faded and worn over time. Spray WD-40 onto your planter and wipe down all outside surfaces. This can help restore their color and shine, making them look like new again. Do you have craft scissors that don't work like they used to? Spray some WD-40 onto the blades of the scissors and wipe with a clean cloth to remove any sticky residue or gunk. They'll work like they're brand new again. You can protect your shower head from lime scale. Spray WD-40 onto the shower head and let it sit for a few minutes to penetrate any lime scale or rust. Scrub gently with a soft brush or sponge and wipe away any excess. Repeat if necessary to remove stubborn buildup. I hate polishing silver, but I don't have to now because I protect my silver from tarnishing with WD-40. Spray each utensil with WD-40 and rub it all over with your fingers. Remove any excess with a clean cloth and buff it dry. I hope this inspired you to keep a can of WD-40 close and handy in your home.
It's time to get your house in order, and here's some organizational hacks that'll get you going. Let's start with that kitchen drawer. You see that loose silverware that just slides around all the time? First thing you're going to do is grab a pool noodle. Mark it to where it needs to go, and we're going to cut it right down that line. Use a cutting board. We don't want to cut through the countertop. Once you get that piece cut, then we're going to slice it in half, because what you don't want is two flat ends. It's going to sit better in the cabinet. Once you got those, set them on both sides of the organizer, put them in place, and guess what? That thing is not going to move around at all and gives you more storage space. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to those towels that hang on your oven. They're always falling off. I've got a solution. Take some Velcro double-sided that's sticky on both sides, and we're going to put it on that towel. This is a decorative cloth, but don't worry. Once we stick this on, you'll be able to take it off. Put it on there, put them both together so that they stick together, and watch this. This towel is not going anywhere. You can walk by it, slide into it, and it's not going to come off. Next, let's move on to wrapping paper. Once you get it all cut up, sometimes those ends get really bad. Let's take an old paper towel holder right there, and we're going to cut this paper roll holder right down the middle. Once we do that, we can wrap it around the wrapping paper. What that does is it kind of clamps down on it. Go ahead and pull it tight, and then you're going to use a piece of tape. It's not going to hold your paper roll holder too tight, but what it's going to do is cinch down that wrapping paper and keep it nice for you. Next, let's move on to that tape that we use when we're wrapping paper. There's nothing worse when it comes loose and you cannot get it off of there. What you're going to do is take a rubber band. Now, if it's too big, just wrap that rubber band twice. And look at this. When you reuse that tape and it gets a little too low, don't worry. It's not going to flip back on your roll again, and it's going to be available for you anytime you need to use it. Next, let's move on to all those power cords for all those electronics you have in the house. They can make a mess. You can put a divider in your drawer, or you can use a container. But take those toilet paper roll holders that are used up. Instead of tossing away, you're going to stack them in your bin or your drawer. Wrap those wires right on up, just the same size as the toilet paper roll holder, and you're going to set it inside there. Make sure you take the ends and they're showing so you know exactly which one to use. Once you got them all organized, watch this. You're going to have them all ready to go and plenty more room to put in there. Next, we're going to go under the kitchen sink. Now, we've all seen it. These goopy messes that get underneath, and these bottles spill and make a mess and run out the bottom of your cabinet. The simplest solution is to take a bin, and we're going to start putting all of the cleaning products inside. Once we get these all stacked up in here, if they drip or anything like that, they're not going to ruin the bottom of your cabinet. We all have those backseat drivers that like to make a mess, and we don't even know it's back there. Take a cereal holder like this plastic container that has a removable lid. Take your plastic bag. We have tons of those laying around. We all do. You're going to fold it over the bin, and then you're going to put that lid right back on. Now watch this. We're going to take it back out to the car, and so simple. It's easy to put those messes away. Take all those candy wrappers, paper towels, everything, throw them in there, and that lid stays on nice and easy. And the great thing is it's small enough you can stick it under the front seat out of the way. Let's go to the bathroom. We've got that drawer over there that's full of stuff, and because it's the bathroom, this stuff gets wet and ruins the bottom of your drawer. Grab a silverware organizer, and we're going to set that in there. I know this is a little unorthodox, but look at this. It separates your combs, toothpaste, everything you need, and you can set it all in there. And it's waterproof. So look at that. It looks great, and It is organized, ready to go for get you ready in the morning. I hope you liked all these DIY hacks. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and we'll catch you next time.